Hey everyone, welcome back. I think everyone knows I like golf games and I like digging into the history of golf. And I stumbled across this the other day on a video on another site. So I'm going to link to the video in the description. But it was a guy playing on the ImagiNation network back in like 1994. And as he's playing, and ImagiNation network, I'll go into it real quick. It was a Sierra Online service. I think it was free at first, that you'd buy the game packs or something and then you could play online. I don't think in my area, I live up in Maine, I don't think there's were any, landline connections to get to it without paying a lot of money. But I don't think they charged at first. But I don't know if that changed over time because eventually they, merged or something, maybe worked with AT&T, and AT&T started, controlling it a bit, and then they changed it from the Sierra network to the ImagiNation network in the mid early 90's, and they then added a few more games and started making it more of a community thing. I think Ken Williams had originally based this off of like a Prodigy service where he saw that and thought, oh, it'd be good to have games on there, which, you eventually got things like the Microsoft gaming service and stuff like that. I used to use that a lot. But I'd never used ImagiNation or Sierra because that was probably a West Coast thing. They got up to like 40,000 subscribers. AT&T invested millions of dollars to expand it. And, it was what this video is showing. Well, seeing this golf game, I'm like, wow, I know it's probably basic because it's an online thing, but I'm like, I want to try that. So I look it up to see what the whole deal was. And evidently there's a guy that actually, and he's probably got a few other people that have worked with him, but he created a proxy service to make this program work again. And that's where this all comes in, because it's fortunately still working. I got it to work. But when I try and download it, it flags it with all kinds of flags it with all kinds of virus, hits. So, I scanned it. I saw that it gets hits on some virus scans. I use Virus Total online, and some weren't. And I'm like, well, I got my laptop. My laptop's, really easy to restore if this thing gets infected. So it's old. It's a 2009 laptop. You guys may have seen it on the site before. And, it's got a solid state to try and keep it going. Well, now it's also got a screen. I just, opened it up one morning and like some of the pixels blew out. So I got these black blotches, which, happen. So it's at its end. And I'm like, I don't really care if this thing gets infected with a virus. I want to try this. So I finally figured out how to download it because it would get blocked by Chrome. It would get blocked by Edge. And even though I changed some of the settings, it still wouldn't let me download. So I don't know what's going on. So I went back to my Windows 8 system and used Internet Explorer and was able to download it. And then that's when I uploaded the Virus Total and got the scans, and it was kind of flagging it. Maybe 3 out of 10 were flagging it. Maybe it was 4 out of 10, whatever. But I was like, I'm going to take a chance because it says that they were getting a lot of hits when they were trying to produce this, which makes sense because it's using proxy services. So it's probably thinking that's where the virus is. So I downloaded it. I moved it onto my laptop, which is Windows 10, which didn't delete it. It actually installed it and everything, which I find very funny considering it's Windows 10. It just let me install it. I thought it might have, caught that. I had scanned before too with Defender. It didn't come up with anything. So it's so confusing as to why the browser won't download it, but the system will install it. So I installed it, got it working. I mean, I'm not getting it working. These guys that made the technology to do this got it working. I just ran it. And, I had a few little hiccups, but I got to play the golf game. And the mouse cursor kind of flakes out at the end. And I think I accidentally, because it jumps around, I think I clicked the box to close out the window. So I just wanted to show this, to show everybody that this exists. And it's called the INNBarn site. So you can search that. You can download this file at your own risk. I mean, I don't know how much effort they've put into keeping this alive. Maybe even like I was kicked off of the server. I'm not sure. Maybe they said, oh, wait, we don't, want everybody on here. I don't know. Either way, there's not been a lot of updates in the last year, or there haven't been any updates in the last year, and I just wanted to show that this works, and I really was hoping that someone, I'll show you also, I started in Reddit on the Sierra forum on there. I don't know if you call it the Sierra Reddit, Sierra forums, and I asked a question, and no one really responded. It looks like there's getting a lot of views, but no one's responded, but I just posted everything that I've discovered, and how I finally, got it to download and run. And it was all worth it just to see this golf game and how it played. My goal is to record a full round after this. But I wanted there to be a little interest in this to see if this can be something that gets up and going again with a few people. Because it would probably be fun to jump online and play a few of these old games. Because there's more than golf. There's the Red Baron game, which was real popular. It's like a dogfight simulator. It reminds me of Warbirds that I had on the Atari Lynx. So that's the goal, is just to put a little interest in this. Maybe these guys will work on it to try and get it, fixed so that it downloads safely. Because I think it is throwing a false flag, but that does not mean that it's really not that it's a virus, but there maybe could be some exploits from it that could be exploited, I guess. So, I mean, I'm 10 years out of really mentally dealing with security issues and stuff like that. I used to have my security certificate long ago and stuff like that, an A+. But, over the last few years, I've given up on all of that. And, if you don't stay up with it every day, it just kind of washes away from your brain, and, you just you're pretty safe. I'm pretty safe online, and if I'm going to take a risk, I'm going to do it on an isolated little piece of hardware that's not going to be a problem to do it on. So, but I would like some security experts to check out this file and see this install file and see if it's really clean, because I think some people would have a lot of fun with this, because there's forums to go into that, it's like the old school, AOL era, Prodigy, CompuServe kind of stuff, Microsoft Gaming Network with just games, though, more than chatting. But of course you could chat in there. So I'll link to the video that I saw. I probably won't link to the actual site. It's called INNBarn. Go to it if you want to, if you're brave. Try it out. If you can get it to download and you get it installed, and I suggest you do it either in some sort of sandbox or on an old system you don't care about, just in case, until we get some clarification on whether or not this is actually safe. But I had a fun time. Maybe there's someone poking around in my laptop right now. It's not on right now. But I can always scrub it. But I scanned it afterwards with Defender after I played, and I scanned it with Trend Micro's House Call after. Came up totally clean. So I think it is a false positive, but that doesn't mean that it's just not getting caught by these two scanners. Either way, I'm having a good time. I'm going to try and play a full round. If I get through a full round without the mouse glitching, I'll upload it. I also got to put some, obviously this is recorded right off my phone. So I'm going to put some recording software on my laptop, and hopefully I can get that recorded much better. So, if you found this interesting, thanks. Maybe subscribe to me, give a thumbs up. I never asked for that stuff, but, I've been doing this for 12 years, just having a little fun. But I am getting closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and who knows, maybe I'll decide to do something with this. So either way, I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. So long.